I welcome you all to one of another session on how to land a data privacy job in the next 4 months. So before we start or we move ahead with the session, I would really like to understand the job experience. Like you guys are holding how many years of experience, and let's also share who all are joining from what location. So to do that, we can start with Deepanshu, and I would be sharing. I would request others to also share. So once again, I hope people, those who are with us, they know about Tsaaro Academy. However, I would really like to share what Tsaaro Academy do. So we are a startup. We deal in training and certification of data privacy and cybersecurity related courses. Okay. We have been partnered with several international and domestic organizations such as IPP, PCB, DSCI. Recently, we got EC Council and QSCA as well, where we have tied up for the security courses. We have also been featured in a couple of news articles, Express Computers, CXOs, The Hindu, and many more to name. So this is a brief about Tsaaro Academy. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sahil Wadhwa. I am Director Privacy at Tsaaro Academy. So with me today, I have Mr. Deepanshu Singh. He's a manager at Tsaaro Solutions. He handles data privacy and protection. I welcome you, Deepanshu, for the session.
Thank you, Sahil. So let's move ahead. Uh, so this is some disclaimer that the presentation discussion points being held during these sessions are intended to purpose only and do not replace. So this is some disclaimer you can read, but I'll quickly move forward in the table of contents. So today we will discuss about data privacy field, why choose a career in privacy, skills required in privacy professional, get familiar with data privacy topics, how to land a data privacy job in 4 months. And I'm sure you are all curious to know that how we can actually land a job in data privacy within just 4 months. And we'll talk about the career roadmap as well, some additional tips and career options in data privacy, of course, and how diploma in privacy course from Tsaaro can help you out with this. And of course, we have the very good topic that we all want to discuss, that average salary in different countries in this field. So before moving forward, I really want to know from you guys that what data privacy means to you, and you can just write it down in the chat window. So data privacy is the practice of protecting personal data from unauthorized access. But if I have to sum up like in some general words, I'll say that data privacy for me is like kind strangers can be dangerous, right? I'm sure you guys will agree. Now we have number of data privacy laws and regulations placed, GDPR, CCPA, HIPAA as well in the US. But I'm not too sure if you know about this, but data privacy is being considered as the biggest shakeup of data protection laws. Why is that? Because now we get many rights because of this regulation. Ordinary people is getting more rights. They can actually control the data which our organization has with us. Data privacy field is rapidly growing field with a high demand of qualified professionals. And why I can say that, because technology has developed in a way. I still remember I used to text my friend with this chota wala phone. I'm not too sure if you have seen that. Like if you are 90s, and I've seen in the chat window that everyone is like having more than 10 years of experience as well. So you guys can make more sense. You guys can connect the dots as well. So we used to have this chota wala phone, and then if we download some apps, there was no pop-up like ki kaun sa data collect ho raha hai, which is there any cookies and all. So but now technology has developed in certain way that they have actually changed our lives, and because of the because of this change, rules should be there, right? So that is why rules I, and now we have GDPR, and also Indian data privacy laws is already got approved, cabinet approval, right? And now maybe soon we will welcome that, we'll get the good news as well. We'll also talk about the skills and experience required for a career in data privacy, very depending on the specific role. So why choose a career in privacy? And I'm sure the very first point is everyone's favorite, that high compensation, 22%. If we talk about the numbers, privacy pro saw an increase of 22% compensation, generally commanding from $22,000 to 30,000 more per year. And it's not that ki ye ho gaya hai. It will be like in the coming years, it will go like boom, increase in demand. there was a 30% increase in data privacy jobs in the previous years. And why is that? Because GDPR came in the 2018, and I personally can feel it because I started my career in the 2018 only, and then the privacy, the GDPR came, and I still remember the heat. My TL came and he pat on my shoulder that, hey Deepanshu, what do you know about GDPR? I was like, what is this? He told me कि भाई तुम्हें इसी के लिए तो hire किया है हमने. And then I got to know that what GDPR is. I used to interact with privacy officer, data protection officers, and so that's how I started my journey. And then I got to know that हाँ कुछ तो आने वाला है, कुछ बड़ा आने वाला है. Then I also start searching that how I can grow in this field. And now here I'm a manager at Tsaaro. Of course, Tsaaro is one of my favorite, and I'm very proud to be here. New legislations. If you see the numbers, 137 out of 194 countries now have data protection legislations in place, and I'm sure India में भी बहुत जल्दी आ जाएगा. We will see the good news as well. Now, if we consider that in Europe we have GDPR, in Canada we have PIPEDA, in Saudi we have PDPR. Many countries they have. So it gives us a lot of options, right? If we become a certified privacy professional, then we can also get a job overseas. So, and I'm sure that if you are a young professional like me, बहुत dreams होंगे हमारे कि बाहर जाना है, करना है. This is one thing as well. Lack of talent. 21%. Again, if you talk about the numbers, reports by cybersecurity, and that cybersecurity rules take 21% longer to fill that other IT positions, right? It's just because we don't have the right talent. If we talk about in India, if we talk about data protection officers, CISOs are appointed as a data protection officer, but they are different fields. I know information security and data privacy में overlaps होते हैं, right? Security and privacy साथ साथ चलते हैं. But do you feel that they are like same role है उनके? Exactly, can't say in India. But of course, if you talk about outside, if you talk about Europe, data protection officers are rocking the field. So this is something we didn't need to know. And if we get someone like, if we grow in here in India data privacy career, so you know that high compensation is there, of course, subka motivation. So data is already there. Our data is already breached, and it's not about. I'm not talking about the policy bazaar, but other policies जहाँ पे होते हैं loans की हमें calls आते हैं, right? So in general, we can say that our data is already on the. Do you feel that अगर data privacy law आता है इंडिया में, it will make a change? Why is there is a need of a data privacy law in India? जब हमारा data already breach है सब कुछ, सारा data हमारा already available है आप पे. इसका आंसर I really want someone to tell me on the chat window. Just write it down and post this. Once this presentation is over, then I'll look into the chat, and if someone give the right answer, and I'll personally reach out to him on LinkedIn, and we'll tell them that okay, you got it right. Now, if we talk about the skills required in privacy professional, data management. So data management is simply that if you are a privacy professional and if you know कि आपका data आपके organization में कहाँ पर है, आपका 50% काम वहीं खत्म हो चुका है. If you know where your data is, if you know also includes categorization and storage. But again, if you know where your data is, then half of the work is done. Legal requirements. One must be aware of how to translate legal demands, which is already mentioned in the privacy laws, into tools like data deletion capabilities. If you know if you know that there are certain rights in the GDPR, and if you know that how you can translate those demands into tools, again, this is the main skill required for a privacy professional. Information security. Fundamental competence must be understanding information security and risk management. Technical concepts. Strong communication skills are mainly required in order to be able to understand technical concepts with communicating with the team. Let's say if you are a professional and I'll say Article 30, you will immediately say ROPA. ROPA is again record of processing activities. So it is like this. If you are a privacy professional, so these skills you need to require. International privacy laws, understand other privacy regulation as well. I know you, if you are a data privacy professional, you will agree that GDPR is very comprehensive. बाकी सारे data privacy laws जो हैं, ठीक है, they're kind of replica of the GDPR. But is it? In some of the privacy laws, rights अलग है, right? In US, we have different rights. In GDPR, we have 8 rights, of course, but कुछ rights अलग है. So we need to understand those things as well if we want to be a successful privacy professional. Get familiar with data privacy topics. In addition to other skills, data privacy professionals should also familiar with these topics as well. Data protection principles. If we talk about if we talk about general data protection regulation, GDPR, we have 7 data protection principles, namely lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. till accountability. We have 7 principles. If and From personal experience, I can say, if you are data protection, if you are data privacy professional, and if you are there to these protection principles, you'll get all the jobs done. There are data security concepts. There are PIAs, privacy impact assessment. We have data protection impact assessments, data breach response, international data privacy laws and regulations, latest trends in data privacy. So these are all the skills you need to grasp. And I can tell from the experience, it's not about getting certificate, it's about getting the practical experience as well. How to land a data privacy job in 4 months. Learn data about privacy concept. But before moving to this slide now, I'll tell you my personal experience. So a couple of years back, I was on a trip. Okay, I was on a gym. I was gym corporate, and I did my CIBP certification. And on daily basis now, I used to get calls. Not, of course, I'll not tell you the name of the companies, but they were reaching out to me even on the weekends. But how I was in that position, so I'll tell you about it. If you learn about the data privacy concepts, right, you should be familiar. If you get familiar with the different types of data privacy risks and how to mitigate them, if you are able to understand the data protection laws, data protection principles, assessments, if you get the skills, then I'm sure you will get the job. Second is earn certifications. Enroll in online courses and certificates that can help you demonstrate the knowledge of data privacy. Certifications will boost your career. I can tell you this from a personal experience as well. By the way, I am CIPE, CIPM, and FAP certified. So I've done some certification and it has boosted my career within 5 years. Take up projects. Practice your data privacy skills on a variety of projects. You can find data privacy projects to work on volunteering and with the NGOs as well. You can even start your own data privacy consulting business. You can do as a freelancer job. You can do on contracts as well. Create your portfolio, right? Create perfect portfolio, include a variety of projects that demonstrate your knowledge of data privacy as well as your ability to apply those concepts to real world situations. Increase network. Network people in privacy field by attending industry events, joining online forums, or connecting with people on LinkedIn. Now, this is the why I'm telling you that the last step, increasing networking, is the most crucial thing. And if you really want to land a job in data privacy within 4 months, if you start networking right now, there are people who are certainly have, like, if you, I'll tell you, a couple of years back, I was very much active on LinkedIn. I used to text random people's data protection officer, privacy officer, that, hey, are you hiring for a privacy professional? I just started my career in this field, but no one actually responded. But now, since we have this data privacy bill, like, it is already got cabinet approval. Now everyone is looking for data privacy professional. Now, if you can increase your networking, if you add those privacy professionals in your profile, and they will certainly post some of the job applications over the LinkedIn, and you will certainly get the job. Career roadmap. So now this is the most important thing of most important slide, right? It's not about that aapne bas apply kara and you'll get a job. You'll study about the you'll get a job. It's not about that. You need to follow a perfect career roadmap to land a job, right? Identify suitable education. An individual should do extensive research on which degree is required to qualify for the role. If we talk about consultants, data privacy consultants, lawyers are more able to understand, like, the requirements. They can they can actually draft the data privacy policies. They can easily understand the technicalities, the legal terms. So if you are a lawyer, you're good to go. But what about if you're not a lawyer? If you're from technical background also, you can also make a career in this field. And if I talk about myself, I'm not even a lawyer. I'm not even an IT guy. So how I got a job? I actually followed this roadmap, of course. I understood the job description as well. I did extensive research on what job positions are available in the field of data privacy. I developed those skills. I developed my knowledge. I understood the fundamentals of data protection by enrolling very certification courses. Like I mentioned, I did my CIPP, CIPM as well. And now here I'm manager at Tsaaro. So you should take those things into considerations, right? Enhance knowledge. One should keep a close eye on the available career opportunities by using online resources as well as subscribing to the IP mailing list and newsletters. I can tell you that when I started my career, my mentor used to tell me that go and subscribe on IP newsletters, you'll get to know everything, jo bhi chal raha hai privacy world mein. And I was like, no, I'm okay. But now when I did the subscription, right, I used to get those newsletters on my email as well. And now it's my habit that before I go to sleep, before I go to bed, I just check my mail that कि कोई mail आया क्या एक भी से, and I got to know that okay, so this is something जो चल रहा है world में, actually world में चल रहा है. And the last is looking for opportunities. You can look into your organization for opportunities, apply for internship as well. And I can tell you that every organization is now hiring for data privacy professionals, whether it's a startup or a big four or the number one country of the world. They all are hiring for the data privacy professionals. The reason is that the GDPR is in 2018 GDPR came, and since then we have lots of privacy laws. And in it, बस India में भी good news की आने वाला है. Some additional tips: start your job search early, right? The job market for data privacy professionals is competitive. It's very, very competitive. So it is very important to start your job search early. This will give you more time to find the right job and prepare for interviews. Tailor your resume, cover letter to each job you apply for. It should not be like you have got a universal resume, right? You should update it as per the job requirement. For example, if you are applying for a data protection officer, you need to understand that what are the requirements for a DPO. You need to put those things into a resume. If you apply for a consultant, you need to understand what are the requirements of that job. You need to update your resumes as well. Be prepared to answer the questions. Potential employers will literally ask you questions about data privacy of what knowledge of data privacy laws and regulations. They will more be interested. They will be interested to know that what are the core concepts of the data privacy, data protection principle. Have you done any assessments? What have you done in the assessment? So they will be keen to know that what you have done so far. Be confident and enthusiastic. When you are interviewing for a data privacy job, being confident will show potential employers that you are passionate about data privacy and that you are a good fit for the job. So these are some additional tips that you should write it down right now, because if you have these things, you'll certainly get a job. So career options in the data privacy field, from associate till data protection officer, there are various job roles. It's like a ladder, right? From associate to DPO. And I'm not too sure about you guys, but my aim is to be a DPO or a CPO one day. DPO is a data protection officer and CPO is chief privacy officer. तो ये मैंने तो अपनी to-do list में डाल दिया. I'm not too sure about you, but if you have make up your mind, just write it down the chat window. And again, if you really want to be a DPO, I'll personally reach out to you on LinkedIn, and we can have a very, very good chat. So I'll just wait for a couple of seconds to see chat में कुछ increase हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा. And if you are really serious about about this data privacy career, then your ultimate goal should be either a CPO or a DPO. There are data privacy analysts, privacy research associates, privacy technologists. If you are from a tech background, right, you can be a privacy technologist. I have seen I've worked with data architects as well. So these are from a tech background, but they're also in the data governance as well. So they have data governance के अंदर data protection आता है. So it's a lot, right? If you understand the data, data privacy is awesome thing. We have privacy consultants, GDPR consultants, compliance associate privacy managers, HIPAA compliance officer, privacy counsel, if you are a lawyer, privacy program manager, assistant director privacy, senior privacy counsels, VP data protection, and my favorite data protection officer as well, director information governance, privacy director, international privacy. So these are some career options which you should also target. Like, but I can tell you that if you join as an associate, your ultimate goal should be a data protection officer. So this is something that you should uh, write it down in your to-do list. So how diploma in privacy course can help. So I'll give it to Sahil.
Thank you, Deepanshu. Just wanted to give an understanding to everyone. As per the previous, slide, what Deepanshu has also shared, the key steps to go into the field of privacy, looking out for a certification, then looking out for a job, trying for an internship. Okay, then you have to enhance your knowledge, you have to develop your knowledge. So everything starts with a single point to which we say knowledge, and knowledge means experience and certification. So therefore, we at Tsaaro Academy, we deal in a lot of certifications related to data privacy. We have partnered with IIPP. We have our in-house courses of CTDPO, which is Tsaaro Certified Data Protection Officer courses as well. So recently, we have launched a new course, which is Diploma in Privacy. Deepanshu, can you move to the slide? So this is our latest addition to what we are dealing in. So diploma in privacy, we are coming up. This course is going to give you the insights about the basics of privacy, the intermediate level, how you have to do DPIA, how you have to do ROPA, moving ahead to a professional level, how you have to work in an organization. So from fundamental till the professional level, it's a 3 month course altogether what we have rolled out. And so we are coming up with a recent, the latest batch, the first batch of diploma from 22nd onwards. We would be sharing the details soon. Next slide, please, Deepanshu. So let's talk about, what an average salary, as a privacy officer or someone who is into the field of privacy can actually earn. Okay. We know that, GDPR came up from Europe. So Europe, then US, then UK, and now we are all about to get the India law. So overall, as per the studies, the surveys, what we have conducted, what we have gone through on the online mode. Okay, so we have collected this data for the references. So as a DPO, an annual salary in Europe goes as high as 71,000 euros. In US, it is $150,000. In UK, it goes somewhere around 74,000 euros. And now in India, we know that, as a privacy fresher or as a privacy consultant, we at Tsaaro also, we have seen, people are going as low as 6 LPA, 8 LPA. And when you go to a higher position, let's say a senior consultant, then an assistant manager, your salary scale goes more than 15, 20 lakh, and that can go up to 1 CR as per a review, or let's say as per the Glassdoor survey, what we have seen, what is happening in India or what's going to happen in India once the law also comes into place. Next slide, please. So, as I was telling you, like we have recently launched the diploma in privacy. Other than that, we deal in all kind of IIPP certifications. We do CDPSC, CDDPO, which is the Data Protection Officer course. And I can see, a lot of people have a goal of becoming a data protection officer in the coming days or coming years, let's say. So I would, definitely I would recommend that, data protection officer course, what we have created. So we have created into 3 levels: foundation, intermediate, and practitioner. Foundation is basically someone who comes in completely into like a fresher level, 2 years of experience. Someone who is with an experience of 2 years to 5 years, they can go for intermediate level. And then people, those who have more than 5 years, 7 years of experience, practitioner level is the best suited for you guys. Just to add on, like we have international tie-ups for our data protection officer course as well for intermediate and practitioner level. So we are accredited by a European body called as IPAC, who issues these certificates. So the moment you certify for your data protection officer course with us, you are a certified officer from Europe as well. IIPP, we all know that, we all know what is IIPP. So we do deal in IIPP certification, CIPPE, CIPM, CIPPC, CIPP US. And now we are also planning to launch CIPP-A in the coming days.
So guys, before moving forward, I really want to know that if you are planning for a CIPP-A as well, because India में data privacy law आने वाला है, so just raise a hand because I'll be giving that CIPP-A because I'm more interested. जैसे India में data privacy law आएगा, so Sahil, please, and I want to get enrolled in this course as well, right? Please make a note.
Definitely, I guess, Deepanshu rightly said, the Indian law also gonna, get more attraction towards CIPPA. However, just wanted to share like the data protection officer course, the intermediate level and the practitioner level, what we are giving. So we are covering Indian law as well. The draft, which was in place on November. So we are teaching the draft as well, what is in the draft, how it's gonna help, what are the compliances, everything is being, covered in our data protection officer course as well.
So guys, दो कोर्स तो हमें लेने हैं, एक CIPP-A and CTDPO.
Definitely, the overall goal as a DPO, then definitely the CTDPO course is gonna help each and every one. How Tsaaro Academy gonna help? I guess, I've already shared a lot of information, but over and above the training part, we also help in Like let's say for IPP, we help in getting your exam vouchers. We have sample exam questions for all certifications, the textbook, the notes, the mock exam. So we have curated everything in-house for all of our courses, all of our international courses where we have tied up. Okay. So I guess, these are the things what people definitely, look up to when they go for a certification or let's say a training part. So yes, I can see, there's a special offer. So we have the diploma in privacy, which is a 3 months course, 70 hours training from basics to professional. You would be taught you will be taught about practical knowledge. Plus, other than the knowledge, you would be getting resume building. You'll get how you have to crack your interviews, mock exams. Everything is included. Price is already mentioned. Do fill up the form because we are starting this batch day after tomorrow, and this is the batch one. What we are coming up. So that's gonna take 3 months to again come up for batch two, I believe. So don't miss this chance. If your goal is to go for a data protection officer role, or even if you are looking forward to upgrading your designation, or even if you are looking forward to going into the field of privacy. So yeah, I guess Dipanshu, anything you would like to share to know?
So actually, I really want to interact with the. We have 41 participants here. I really want to know that how many actually wants to be a data protection officer, because my goal is to. I really want to be a data protection officer. So Mukul, can we for a couple of minutes maybe we can unmute someone and let's hear them out.
Even while we were having a discussion, so I thought of sharing one more information with everyone. So we have an exclusive mentorship program where we connect you one-on-one with the privacy industrial expert to get your questions answered. What is privacy, how you can grow, what kind of information is required to enter into this field other than what we have shared. We have this mentorship program as well running, which is completely at no cost. That comes under our CSR activity where we want to help and grow the privacy industry together. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you, Deepanshu, for your time.
Everyone.